Previously on Survivor Boston. After 2 straight losses for Yord, they finally pull out an immunity win, sending the coup to Tribal Council. While Moses at first seemed like the easy vote, Molly and Brim had a different idea.
I'd vote Hannah.
I'd rather.
But Sarah wasn't up for this plan, so she went to Hannah C, and the plan got bounced back to Molly. However, when Molly found out that Sarah was playing the middle, things got tense.
I just don't know what to do. Well, an idea is to vote for Hannah.
In the end, while Sarah voted for Molly, Molly played her hidden immunity item, sending Hannah home. 11 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
I'm just sitting there like crying in Tribal, and when it was asked if she had an idol, she presented the idol. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, are you really doing this right now? Like, I was so mad, like, when that was happening. I was like, did that really just happen to me? Like, did you watch me like cry and like be afraid that I was gonna like ruin your week and ruin your life by voting you out, and you watch me do that, and you like kind of like in a way like weirdly like emotionally like manipulated my decision making like all in this game, and like I was afraid that I was like gonna ruin my actual real life friendship with her because of this. And then she was like, oh, just kidding, I have an idol. I was like fuming.
So I played the idol, which sucks because now I don't have the idol. Okay, what worries me about the Tribal, besides like losing the idol, losing the popular vote, is that I kind of have been like outed as like a leader. And I don't know if it was like apparent beforehand, and I think it's just because like I like to have control over a situation, so I'm kind of the one who likes communicating between everybody and just kind of having that knowledge there and like being the one to build bridges. And I don't think that necessarily makes me like a leader, but I think the way it came across was that it was 100% me who wanted Hannah gone, when it was like also Bram who brought up the idea and Nick who just didn't want to be out. Sarah and I think we're good in real life, like, but in the game, I'm assuming merge is coming soon. So as soon as we hit merge, I want her out first, and I don't think it'll be hard. I already told Joe and Hannah like what happened, and hey, they were like surprisingly happy I used like the idol, because I didn't think that was gonna be something worth like celebrating, and they were like, whoa, go you! I was like, oh, sick. Like, is that Newt's Commander?
It is.
I didn't like the movie.
Blasphemy. I loved it.
I don't know how they're gonna make it into 5 movies, but whatever. I hope they make Dumbledore like actually gay, but we'll see.
Oh, that would be cool. Fuck.
She apologized many times after, and I was like, and like I accepted it to her face because I just want this, you know, I just wanted it to be over, and I just wanted to like move on as a team, and I wanted to be more like a cohesive, you know, group after Tribal and try to like just get to merge, just deal with it. But inside I was like, I lost a lot of respect for her, not just in the game, but as a person. Because I still have a good relationship with old Yord, so I told all of them, I'm like, if she gets to merge and I don't, or even if I do, like whatever happens, whoever gets to merge, if she gets to merge, get her out of, we gotta get her out of there, because she cannot be doing this to people, because like if she's willing to do this to a friend, she's willing to do it to anyone.
got the clue for the hidden immunity idol from Laku.
Hannah. Really? Congrats, Carly.
Alright, Hannah M will be getting a clue to the hidden immunity.
But so I get the clue, and it's essentially a clip art picture of bleachers and with an arrow pointing to the direct spot where the idol was located.
Okay, so the the clue that I finally got for the hidden immunity idol, it literally is a clip art picture of bleachers with an arrow that's like.
So Joe Johnson and I went out looking for it. I didn't tell anyone else about it yet, as far as if I went looking for it and if I found it.
And then funny thing is, she texted me. He's like, in all caps, I finally got the clue to the hidden immunity idol, and literally I did not respond for 4 days. And the next day I was like texting her one day, and I scrolled up and went, oh my god, wait. And I was like, wait, did you go out and find it yet? And she's like, no, not yet, do you want to go? And I was like, okay, good. Yeah, so, yeah.
Bleachers. If it's not here, then either it's someone who went home at it, so it's.
Well, they wouldn't send it to you still.
Oh, well then.
Yeah, no.
That would mean someone.
So yeah, and I think it would actually be like Roz or John. Okay. No fucking way. Oh my god.
What?
Oh god. There it is. Wait, do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey. Yo.
Yeah.
Yo. Oh my god, 2
Dang.
idols in 1 season. Hell yeah.
Oh
High
my
five.
gosh.
Yep.
Yeah. They wrapped
That was-
it really nicely this time.
Joe was like, oh my god, is this it? And then he was like poking at something, and I was like, yeah, that has to be it. It looked like a little Christmas birthday present thing. So I pulled it out, and I now have it currently in my possession. Yeah, I'm definitely like confident and comfortable with Joe knowing about it, because, well, like, he's my ally, he's my friend, he helped me look for it. And so I owe a lot of that to him, and also just I feel like I'm not scared of him knowing. Like, no, honestly, I don't think anything could really go wrong in that situation. It's just a matter of if I were to let anyone else know, which for the time being I'm not going to. I'm just gonna see how this next tribal plays out, how the next challenge plays out, and as it narrows down, I'll see from there.
Okay, do we tell all of the other Laku people? Like, because then they would want to start to use it for them.
They'd want it for original Laku.
Yeah.
Because I feel like out of everyone, they're.
Because Brandon
gonna be the most,
maybe against.
Like. Yeah. I'm gonna think about it.
So, I mean, Hannah and I are doing pretty good. We're the only 2 people that know about this. We, right now, it's really up to her. It's her idol. It's her clue. That's what I told her. I was like, do whatever you want. You know, I was just here to help you find it. And I'm not going to tell anyone you have it, because I'm not, that's her idol. She can do what she wants with it. And so, I'm pretty sure she's going to, you know, use it for the benefit of both of us. Because, you know, we're good friends. I highly doubt she's going to be shady with me.
Yeah, so that's not the word. It's a mess in here.
It's your whole Instagram.
Dude, this is my class.
I see.
It's a lot of golf. I'm so excited.
So let's just catch up. Roz, you guys are on a 2-challenge winning streak. How you feeling?
Honestly, pretty good. We.
1 challenge.
No, wait.
Roz challenge.
Yeah, if you know.
Wait. What's it like in the future? Do you go back like to future?
After a 2-challenge losing streak, you guys finally won your last challenge.
yeah.
How do you feel with that?
Amazing. And it's true, we do feel really good.
You're welcome. I didn't come. Okay.
Actually, we really worked well as a team, which was something that, like, I think we always do well during challenges, but, like, this time it really paid off. So it was awesome to finally win one.
All right, Joe, I'll take back immunity.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
If
right.
you want to.
I was debating it.
Once again, immunity is back up for grabs. First thing is first.
do we do it?
Yes!
Drop your votes. All names emerge.
Damn.
I'm so cheering.
Okay. I made it to me.
I can proudly say I have made it to jury duty here in Massachusetts. Yeah. So, but dude, oh my gosh, it feels amazing. Like literally, we were not expecting this. It was like, there's 11 people, there's no way we're gonna be merging. It's gonna be like the next week, something like that. We gotta win the next challenge. And then all of a sudden when Jacob was like, he turned the board around, I was like, all right guys, drop your buffs. I was like, I gotta dab on that.
I didn't think I was gonna make it merge. Obviously I wanted to, but I was like selling myself short. I'm not afraid to lie to people and like turn on people. So I think that's a really important thing to have. Like some people feel really guilty about it, like Joe Scar felt really guilty about it. But yeah, I think it's necessary.
His name was Tony.
Tony Tribe.
TT, Tony Tribe.
And when everyone's like, "Where's Tony?" He's gone.
I like your Red Sox shoes.
Oh, thank you. Blue socks.
So redemption.
I didn't think I would get this far, honestly. I thought it would be like vote off first again and be like, okay, never mind. But the fact that I have gotten to merge is just such a good feeling because it's like, all right, I'm actually a good player. It was just kind of like, I guess I didn't, blend well enough with season 2, but season 3 is like my prime, so I'm shining, so it's okay.
The blue line's pretty
It's
cool.
not a big deal if you don't
Wait,
know
Wonder
about
Kids?
that.
Wonder Kids.
Sure.
Oh, Kids Bop. 47.
Kids Bop volume.
Yeah.
Or it should be like Survivor
Now that's what I call
Bop, or
music.
just Kids Bop.
Just Kids Bop.
Kids
Okay.
Bop, 75.
That's why I call Survivor
Would the show
Bop.
get in trouble for calling it the Tribe Kids Bop?
I mean, we had a tribe called Quest.
Oh,
Yeah.
true.
Right, we
The
had a
Kids
music
Bop
group, so
volume.
what can't we do?
The Kids Bop
Volume
version of Bring Me to
100.
Life by Evanescence. That's
How about
the
Volume
official
18
title.
because it's 2018? Never mind.
Kids Bop Volume 18? I'm down with that.
Any volume.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Kids Bop?
Kids Bop 69.
Can we agree on Kids Bop right now?
Kids Bop.
Yeah, Kids Bop.
Kids Bop, but then which volume are we in Kids Bop?
18. What other?
18.
Okay, 18.
18? Okay, we're Kids Bop Volume 18. God, what a weird name.
Volume.
They're never
this the final?
letting us pick tribe names
Yeah.
ever again.
Raise a hand for Kids Bop Volume 18.
You know what?
All right, that is the consensus. So we are.
How we doing?
Kids Bop 2018.
Volume 18, volume 18.
Kids Bop Volume 18.
1, 2, 3.
Kids Bop Volume 18.
Good.
Are you guys ready to get to your first individual immunity challenge? Yes! Today's immunity challenge is a classic for Survivor Boston. Every time we've done our first individual immunity challenge, we have done it. For this challenge, you will be given a plate and a ball to balance on top of it. The point is you want to be the last person standing without your ball falling off of the plate. After certain periods of time, you will add more balls onto your plates.
Oh, okay.
So it gets more difficult.
Jesus.
All right. You guys all have 10 seconds to get your ball on the plate and get it steady.
Like now?
10.
Right now?
Yep, right now. 9, 8.
Wow.
The little rim does not count, by the way. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This challenge is on. Roz drops out.
You did it on purpose. I swear, you did it on purpose.
I think it pretty much ties. A lot of balls are already. Did she beat Tay? I think she tied Tay.
No,
A lot of balls are already moving. John moving a lot. Nick moving a lot.
No. That's not me. That's Bram.
Oh, never mind. Bram's moving a lot. Stefan's ball is in the rim. He's gonna, and Molly's ball are both in the rim. You guys are gonna have to.
That's out.
That's out.
Are you fucking kidding me? Leave that out.
I laughed.
Down to 7.
Keeping that
in. Just that. That's
Yeah.
everything.
I don't know.
That's the whole episode.
John drops out of nowhere.
my phone
We are down to
vibrated.
6.
Good job. I don't have it yet.
Sarah, relax. Sarah screaming. The ball moving around.
You sound like Christine from the opera. Like that.
Everyone take deep.
That was.
Relax your nerves.
That's not helping.
Oh. Hannah drops out.
Down to 5.
Down to 5.
This is quick.
Just like that.
For everyone who is still in the game.
Oh. As you said that, I was about to get out.
I have an offer for you. If you drop at this point, it does not count for you. For everyone who drops out when I give the word, you will have an opportunity to get an advantage in the game. If multiple people drop out, you will draw for this advantage. Only one person can get it. Is that clear?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Anyone who wants it can drop out.
Okay, let's do this, guys.
That's my team.
No one dropping out. You have 10 more seconds or else 10, 9, yeah, let's make it 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The advantage is off the table. About 30 seconds. We will end this round and add another ball.
Oh shit, I forgot about that. I should have gone for that individual shit. I forgot about
Sarah just dancing with disaster.
Sarah, just relax.
Enjoy my life.
20 seconds.
Okay.
Whoa, that came out of nowhere. I didn't even move, Jesus.
Did you glue it?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can take the ball off the plate.
Nice.
All 3 returning players are still on this challenge.
Damn.
Mose is still going even through the break.
All right. I was thinking of just like literally meditating in place.
On.
Okay.
Is it happening?
And 10, 9,
Oh, scheiße.
8,
Oh my god.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Moses can't make the switch.
Did I?
Sarah can't make the switch. And we are down to 3.
Nick,
I'm here to sleep.
Brandon.
Brandon's both on either side. And Brandon's out of the challenge, and we're down to 2. Nick and Joe. That's why we Nick all of a sudden drops out.
And Joe Johnson wins first individual immunity.
Nice.
That's self-nice.
All right. So we currently don't have individual immunity necklace because Isabella thought it was cursed and pretty much broke it. That's a fact. That's just a fact.
She actually threw it on the ground.
A lot of times.
Yeah. Isabella.
So until then, this is going to be our individual immunity statue, Joe. Thanks. Joe is safe tonight at Tribal Council, will not be voted out of the game. He has a 1 in 10 shot at now winning. As for the rest of you, one of you will be the 8th person voted out of Survivor Boston and the first member of our jury. We're going to make a brand new group me. All right.
Yeah.
You guys are all good. Head on out. Yeah. All right.
I got voted out 3 hours before Emerge in the last season, and now I actually made it Emerge. I'm like, well, now everyone's thought process of like, I'm just gonna coast on through Emerge could possibly very much happen. You know, I think of myself as a pretty likable guy, and like, you know, now I'm back with my Laku tribe, and so like I'm there with the familiarity, and if we stick together, you know, +1, we're gonna like dominate this game. We could easily just start making it to the end, and when it's just us left, we just pick each other off like dogs. I feel like I'm starting to have control of this game, just ever so slightly. I just need to play it safe just for a couple more episodes and everything, because like, I mean, I literally won this, just play it safe for like another episode or 2, and then finally start taking control of the game, because, you know, I have this right now, and I also have Hannah, who has the hidden immunity item. So we could easily start to shape the game.
We made it to Merge.
We're merged,
Kids
babies.
Volume 18.
Kids Volume 18. Molly had an idol. Hannah has a clue to another one.
Which I just want to put it out there. I haven't gone looking for it yet. They sent it to me like a day ago.
Oh my god. I was like, where did
So,
you go?
then what about the third one?
Sorry.
Also, of course, like again, I do know that it doesn't seem very likely, but I wouldn't rule out that Moses might have it. Because like he is very, like, I'm saying this as having been on a team with him twice, he is very quiet and he's been like not very like responsive to people. So there's a chance that because he's not really going to those, that at some point someone from MedTech also gave him the clue.
To be completely honest, Merge sort of woke me up. I was like, oh, Merge is here. Time to act.
I'm down if he starts us.
But I used to think like I was the only one who like really didn't care about like the other tribes. Like I was only focused on my tribe and like really bonding that alliance. And it's sort of paying off still, so that's nice.
And he's a really good cheerleader.
Yeah, like that's my name.
Yeah, that's thank you.
Yeah, it was nice to have him on Laku.
After the last challenge, it kind of just worked out that the majority of the merge team was there, missing, but like I think Moses wasn't there. He's also a great player, so like we kind of want to get rid of him. It's getting to that point, and most people are in on it. Hopefully, at least the people I'm closer to are definitely in on it. Hopefully.
But I mean, just to add on though, like he is also, like as I said, very quiet. And, like he's not really. I don't think he's playing like a low key game, but I definitely think it would be very easy for him to slip through.
The entire Laku was in an alliance together. Me, Nick, Molly, hopefully Joe. I know Joe's played the game before. He gets it. Like Hannah and those guys. In some way, I feel like we're still working like together. But the stakes are higher. I just feel like now new alliances should be made. I feel like every time there's a switch, every time people come together, it opens the door to new possibilities. We're all one tribe now. It's all fair game. We're not working to defeat any other tribe. We're working to defeat each other. And at the end of the day, you have to find the best people who are able to do that.
It's kind of stressful trying to get to know new people and trying to like maintain relationships with people that you've been working with. So I'm just trying to figure it out slowly. I wasn't expecting Hannah and Joe to make it to merge, so it was really nice to see that they were there with us, and old Laku is just back together.
Yes.
Also, might I propose the six of us talk for the next couple times?
There's more than 6.
Yeah, I was like,
oh wait,
1, 2, 3,
there's 7 including yourself.
There's 7 including me? I can't count.
I was thinking not included.
Then what was interesting was Molly the other night was like, hey guys, can we like all 6 like work together? And I was like, basically it was John and it was almost everyone from Yord and it was some people from Laku. And I'm sitting there going like, is she trying to cross? And I was like, okay, well guess what I'm gonna do? I'm also gonna cross some sides here. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna talk to someone that I really trusted from Yord, and that is Brandon.
Now we're at that point where we're playing individually, but we're not.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We still have to remain the same team that we were, and I like.
So are we still going with Moses though, for tomorrow?
And that's another thing. It's like, what was the motive for John, saying go for Moses so hard, and then. But he equally backs it up by saying that he might have an idol, and he's a fierce competitor.
Yeah, and
especially with the physical challenges.
And this is starting to become an individual game too.
Yes, and so like when you're thinking about like in those individual immunities and things like that, it's like, well, he is definitely a prime member to get it time after time after time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like
Moses' name was brought up very adamantly by John, if I remember correctly. I think he was the one that was kind of really pushing for Moses. I guess the one person that I'd be a little bit concerned about is John, solely because he was originally on Mete, and he could end up being a swing vote for a lot of people. And so the thing about that is I feel like people are going to want to keep him around solely for him to act as a swing vote so that they know they can get majority. but at the same time, if people keep having him around for that reason, he might just be able to sort of breeze by, and before you know it, end up being in like the remaining 3.
Right now, I do know that all of Laku is pretty much unified, and basically including us, because we've, you know, just kept in contact with them, you know, it's like people do across like tribe lines and everything. And so, we were possibly thinking about the idea of like sticking together until we had to take each other off one by one.
I had a meeting with Hannah and Joe from my team. They are still in cahoots with some of the old members from their team, which made me nervous because I was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like I had this idea that I was like, okay, yay, Yord, you know, woo.
Hannah and I like really like you, and like legit. So like if you want to jump, I would like to see one of us win the game, like legit. So, but yeah, so if you want to like vote on our end, we'll definitely cover your back for as long as we can.
Right, but they told me, they were like, listen, we like you and da-da-da-da-da, so we wanted to bring you into this because we brought up that you could be a part of our vote. And then I said, well, here's what I'll offer you guys.
Mm-hmm.
So you said that Laku stuck together, so that would be you two,
Bram,
Molly,
Nick.
and Nick. Gotcha. So then I said, we are in a very good position because with me, you have connections to Ross and Stefan on like a very interpersonal level. And then you two have connections to your side of the team.
We start telling you anything that Laku says, will you tell any of the Yord people? Just trying to figure it out. Because I know that you do have an alliance with them. And like I respect that. I'm just trying to get a feel for everything.
So like what I'll say to that is like, I think like for strategy wise, if it's beneficial to what we want for numbers wise, then I think that'd be smart to tell them some certain things because I will say that they trust me. Kind of said that to myself that I was in an interesting middle position between Hannah and Joe and Roz and Stefan. And now I suppose it's really coming to fruition. If we stay in the middle, we could pick off one person from old Laku, pick off someone from old Yord. Like we could just go bloop, 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 bloop until we make it to the end. And we have to warn each other if we're going to be in danger.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
definitely.
I can't name names specifically, but I do think that it is just kind of along old tribe lines and along who knows each other. And so even just looking around the room during the last challenge, I could see people starting to flock towards each other. John and I being the only two from Meta, I poured a figurative 40 out on my old yellow bandana. Yeah, I think that puts us in a strange position because we're the only ones from that tribe. That's a hard choice. There's no one I really want to get out right now. There's no one I'm really looking at right now. I suppose Molly, I guess, just because of that old tension, because she knew I voted for her before, she knew a number of other people did before, and so I think that might still be an option for me because I know she still kind of has a background on me. She has a little dirt on me, whereas the other people don't.
The thing is, we're supposed to vote out Moses, alright? Finally, Nick was just like, no, we don't need to do it. We need to vote for someone else. We need to figure it out. I was like, no. Nick wanted to keep Moses around, saying that he would be able to keep a vote. Like, we would be able to have a vote. Like, Moses would be able to vote in our way. Yes, but everyone wants to get rid of Moses right now, as far as I know. So why would you start pissing people off in the first episode when everyone is coming to a consensus? We do have the numbers, by the way.
Okay, what?
We do have the numbers.
What do you mean numbers?
Brandon.
Jacob, are you playing names or what?
No.
What do you mean numbers?
We're not playing any names. We can get Moses off because we already have the numbers.
Yeah, it's not
So
like
wait.
we don't have to worry about the whole.
We don't have to worry about the numbers.
Right.
I mean, really, I said this like once or twice, maybe even a lot. The only reason why I'm keeping him around is because the man doesn't actually know how to play Survivor. So I could easily manipulate him and just like toss him around.
So you're telling me that Brandon is on our side?
Yes.
Why do you think?
He likes me and him. The dude's gonna listen to me no matter what.
It doesn't mean that he would be on your side.
Molly's a good asset. She's really good at talking to people and she's good at finding things out and really get it. I think it kind of was working for her advantage until people figured that out about her, and then that's why they wanted to vote her off, essentially, because they realized that she knows too much. Molly's in a very vulnerable spot, and I think that people know that she what she's capable of.
My only worry tonight is that the people we haven't talked to, we haven't had a tribal yet where like not everyone is in on the plan, or like at least the majority of people are in on the plan. Molly says she's in on it. That's another person I'm kind of worried about. I hear she has some big plans for this game.
You want to share? Cheers.
Alright, so what are we talking about?
Charlie Welling.
Welling.
Jacob Falber.
And Jacob Falber.
The people I definitely want to work with since Merge has started are with Stefan, Brandon, and Roz. I know Stefan like very well outside the game. Part of me is just kind of wanting to do it to work with Stefan.
Yeah, I mean, I want to help you guys out if that's possible. Like, I want to, cause I even like today, like I was with like the Laku tribe, and I mean I like them, but I just like I can't help but feel like if I keep helping them out, it's really just gonna lead to like nothing good for me.
Right now, I think if I keep on helping out Molly, Bram, and Nick, I think it's gonna just put me in a situation where I'm just kind of stock for them, and it's gonna be, as soon as they need to vote somebody out, I'm the first person they're gonna vote out.
Would like work like with you, Brandon, and Roz.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, obviously, like, before I make that commitment, I need to be able to, like, trust you guys and stuff. And, of course, you need to be able to trust me.
That's the thing. Why would you not trust us?
I think going forward, what I want to be able to do is play both sides, but be putting that old alliance in a place where I can have them still be a part of my final five for Survivor.
I trust Brandon and Roz the most. We are most likely adding on John Madigan into our circle. I don't know how close. I don't know if there's still going to be that 3-person, I guess, alliance between Roz, Brandon, and I, and then like John on the side.
I definitely think Molly's a target, but what Molly was talking about, just from the advice that I can give you, and I want to be able to give Brandon Roz, it's very easy for you guys to kind of make Molly think that she's safe and that like maybe we're going against her.
That's true.
I talked about getting rid of Molly since I met with John Madigan. She's untrustworthy. Heard she's done some petty lying before. Like obviously everyone lies, but like some intense shit.
I do feel really nervous about voting out someone that does see me as his closest ally. That's, to me, strategically, I don't know the best idea. I'm definitely still thinking about that going into Merge, about voting Molly out instead of Moses.
Now that we're merged, there's still all these other people that I haven't had any sort of relationship with at all. I've heard things about Molly being a bit of a team leader. If she is the brain of her team, then she needs to go.
You would think we would stay Laku strong. However, I don't trust Joe and Hannah. It gets to the point where like Joe and it might just all be in my head, but like I'll message Joe and Hannah and be like, yo, can we meet up? Can we talk? Like, what's going on? And they just don't message me back. So it just became like, oh, it's easy to vote off Moses. But then we were all just messaging each other separately, just being like, is the plan still the same? What's going on? We decided this like a couple days ago. Does it still hold up?
Exactly.
Hello.
Hey.
We are here.
We're trying to figure out what happens next at this
Yeah,
tribal.
I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone else is on board with Moses. Like, I talked to Molly, and she's on board with Moses.
Yeah.
And Molly said she talked to other people, and they were also on board with Moses. So, like, Molly is someone who is quiet on the outside and kind of like a middle, team player. But she is really willing to do anything to stay in the game, and that has become amazingly clear. And I think everyone knows that at this point. Certainly everyone on Laku does, and probably everyone on Yord, because I told them. I'm interested to see how things play out for her.
What?
No.
Joe.
That's probably so gross.
Did you find it there? Did you put it over
Joe, are those M&Ms?
Yeah, it's a pilgrim. It's a cornucopia.
Wait, is it gonna be gross for me to eat?
I don't. All right. So while you guys are enjoying M&Ms from the immunity statue, that is definitely not sanitary. Welcome to your first tribal council as a brand new tribe.
Yes.
Moses, out of everyone here, you are the only one with experience in a merged tribe. How does this change the game?
Merge tribe? I think it's just a new landscape. Everyone has to adjust. New alliances break, different ones form. And so this is just a beginning period. No one really knows what's going on yet, but we'll figure it out.
So, Stefan, if this is just a new beginning period, does that mean that all tribal lines are gone? There is no Laku, there is no Mete, there is no Yord, or any other variations?
Blank slate, Jacob. Blank slate. No, obviously, like, everyone has the people they've been playing with the past several weeks. You're not just gonna be like, oh, sorry guys, we're a completely new tribe playing a different game. Like, no, it's still there.
So, Roz, if we're going off that kind of logic, then there are still in this game 2 Mete, 4 Yord, and 5 Laku. Does that potentially make sense to try to target some of the other tribes?
It would make sense to be like, go stick with your guns, stick with what you know, like go for the unmarked territory. Do you know what I mean? But it's more exciting to try and like go for the challenge and like to befriend people that aren't in our alliances. And I think that's sort of what we're sort of proving.
So, John, are you worried that because you are one of the 2 Metes with Moses, that you're easy pickings for this tribal council?
I definitely do worry about that. I definitely think I could like very well be a target along with Moses. Like, we're the last of our tribe. It sounds really dramatic, but I guess what I'm really saying is I am kind of relying on the friendship of other tribes.
So who are these other friendships? Who have you been reaching out to?
Who have I been reaching out to? Well, I mean, obviously, like I was on Laku like with like Bram, Nick, and Molly. So I guess I had Sarah too. I've been like, ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So if it's John, you, Sarah, Molly, Nick, Bram as an old tribe, that's 5 people right there. That's Moses,
And
6.
Moses. Yeah.
6. Right there, that's a majority. Hannah, does that worry you?
I don't think so. I mean, honestly, I'm just, if I really feel I can trust someone and they can trust me, then I'm just here to have other people's backs, you know, going through this.
Joe, so last time you played, you were cut 3 hours before merge.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to not only have made it to merge, but to be immune at the first vote?
It's really nice to, like, you know, come into merge and, you know, to have the statue, immunity idol, M&M dispenser thing. It's a good sense of comfort for these couple of days, but like the game of Survivor, anything can happen. I mean, I do not need to get used to this because, you know, it's going to be like a week-by-week thing.
So, Nick, it sounds like that there's a form of uncertainty going into this tribal council. Is that accurate?
No. You asked me a question, it's like yes and no question. I said no.
Why is there, like, no uncertainty? Do you know who's going home for a fact?
Oh, no. I thought you meant like, oh, no, okay, sorry. There's like, yeah, you're right, there's uncertainty. Yeah.
But I totally don't believe what you just said, because you just flat out said, no, there's no uncertainty.
No,
We know it's
I
happening.
misunderstood the question. So, yeah, sorry, cut the part I said no.
We're not gonna.
No.
What are you basing this vote off of?
So, you see these M&Ms? Oh my
I do see them.
I count them up. My God. And I can see the future. Yeah.
So, Brandon, what are you basing your vote off of tonight, Brandon?
That's a good one. Let's go back to the M&Ms. No, I think I'm basing my vote off of conversations I've had with people and just being like, okay, is this what's going on? You know, my team mostly stayed together. And it was like, yay, woo, because, you know, there was a certain security in that, but there's also now the fact that I didn't get to work with some of these other people. And so, you know, now it's my job to kind of like get to know some of these other people and, you know, see how they are in the game.
So Molly, everyone's saying we have to start reaching out, forming these bonds. A lot of you are basically just throwing out uncertainty around this vote. Is this vote going to be this uncertain, or is there an underlining? We all know what's about to happen.
I honestly don't know. At least from what I've seen, it could be totally different outside of my vision, but it seemed like it was very much just like talked about once, and then it was kind of, oh, is this what we're doing? And I'm not sure if that's what's actually happening, or if that's just what we're sticking with.
It's time to vote. Nick, we'll start with you.
I don't know where everyone stands. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this is my vote.
I've stolen a jug that I'm holding for security because I have absolutely no allies.
Fingers crossed this works and not getting blindsided.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. Every time, why do you
Stop.
Y'all are original. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Moses. Stefan.
No way. What's that thing?
Moses. 2 votes Moses. Moses. That's 3 votes Moses, 1 vote Stefan. Moses. It's 4 votes Moses. Moses. That's 5 votes Moses, 1 vote Stefan. Eighth person voted out, the first member of our jury. Moses. Need to bring me your buff.
Moses, was it you?
Love y'all. Oh, yeah, that's totally me. I was like, let me throw one in the mix.
Moses,
Well,
the tribe has spoken.
love y'all. Good luck to
you,
everybody.
Moses.
Team Moses played such a solid game this season, and you know, it's even okay now that that run is coming to an end. So I have nothing but love for everybody in that room, and you'll see me on the jury.
So your first vote as a brand new tribe seemed to be completely unanimous. Let's see how long that lasts.
Thank God.
Alright, grab your stuff, head on out. In like 5 minutes will be set for the next immunity challenge, which will last about which will last about 12 minutes.
Shit.
Is it in here?
It's an
It'll be
omen.
right-
We could hopefully bank on John to vote Molly.
I agree. I've really been depending quite a bit on Brandon for what he says, and I've just been taking his word for it, and I can never really know 100% what's going down if I'm not there, but I really think he's a trustworthy person, and I feel like he has my back, I feel like, and I definitely have his.
I see Nick being a team player now more than Sarah.
Yeah.
Because Sarah proved no matter what your family does, like, you can't go back against your family. So it might just be like a me mentality where it's like, okay, my foundation in Survivor has been Yord, like I can't do anything like against Yord, but she was like, she does not care about this. Unless you think she really does. Because if she can add to our numbers,
Yeah, I would like to
if
think.
she can add to our numbers, then why
think-
get rid of her?
Stefan and I and Brandon sort of realized that if the 3 of us could maintain a true alliance, that we would sort of be unstoppable. Basically, this is how it works. Brandon brought in Joe and Hannah, and Stefan brought in John and Sarah. And the 2 don't really know about each other, except for us. We were basically trying to absorb a lot of information so the 3 of us could plan, or try to plan, who we could or would want to potentially kick out down the path.
So, like, essentially it's the idea that if we keep Yord together and we pick off with who if I want, because they're not going to have majority anymore at this point anyways, that we get to, that you, Brandon, me, Joe, Stefan, would get to top 5. Essentially. Is that what?
Like, hopefully, I don't know, someone could have an idol.
Idol, yeah, that was, I was trying to look up something. An idol.
Yeah.
And so you don't know if, like, even if we do stick together and we're like, because they're going to see that pattern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That, like, they're going to see it. Just like, boop, 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 boop. And so then they're going to be like, idol. And then it's going to fuck, and then one of us would go home.
Do you see what I mean?
I personally think Joe and Hannah. I just think that such a strong alliance shouldn't really be like left like untouched.
Even if Yord is in consensus of who we want gone, I think to everyone else, maybe at certain points, it'd be helpful to make it look like we disagree on something.
Yeah.
I agree.
So that they wouldn't see it coming when we all
Especially in tribals, everyone voted for Moses. And if Moses played an idol, he could have fucked whoever he wanted to.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
So it's like, if we keep this majority thing going, and
We need to control the minority.
Right.
we need to make the minority feel like they're safe.
Yep.
Yeah.
100% of the time.
Yeah.
And so that they never, if they do have it.
Split the vote, even if it's like by 1.
Within our majority,
Yes.
so we still have the say of who the second person is to go home.
Yes.
The smaller the denominator gets, the bigger the number 2 gets. So I don't understand why everyone's like, like, just keep him in, it's going to be exciting. Where it's like, the strategy of the entire season has been to always kick out people who've wanted it.
Are you guys ready to get to the next immunity challenge?
Oh, yeah.
First things first,
Yes.
Joe, I'll take back immunity.
Does there still have M&M's?
Oh, I don't want that. All right, immunity is back up for grabs. For today's challenge, we'll be playing a little memory game. I'm going to be giving each of you guys 3 pieces of cardboard. They have 2 colors on each side. One has red and green, one has purple and gray, and one has blue and orange. What I will do is I will name out an order of colors, and then I will ask you guys to show a color in a certain order. I'll ask for the first color, you'll show. The second color, you'll show. If anybody gets it wrong, you're out of the challenge. The last person standing wins immunity, has a 1 in 9 shot at winning this game. Losers, one of you going out, will be the 9th person out of this game. All right. Does everybody get how this works? I'm going to show a sequence of colors.
Okay, I thought we were doing.
What are you gonna do?
Sorry.
You got it. I was eating. All right. So first order: blue, gray, gray,
Gray.
purple, green, blue. All right, that will be the order. Show me the first color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right, everybody has blue. Everybody is correct. Show me the second color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. What color is that? Yeah, that's great. All right, everybody has gray. Everybody is good. You can put it down. All right, everybody show me the third color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. All right, color was gray. Everybody is good. Everybody down. Show me the fourth color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Everybody has purple. Everybody is good. Put it down. Show me the fifth color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Everybody says green except for John, who says blue. John, you are out of this challenge. You can take a seat somewhere over here.
Yeah, okay.
All right, and show me the sixth and final color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Everybody has blue. Everybody is good. All right, I'm gonna show you another sequence. All right, Red. Green. Purple. Gray. Red. Red. Orange. Blue. Alright, everybody show me the first color. What, 3, 2, 1, reveal?
Sorry.
Yeah, that was my bad. Alright, everybody has red, everybody is good. Put it down. Alright, we're gonna go out of order. Everybody show me the third color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Alright, Stefan, Brandon, Molly, Sarah, Hannah, and Roz have purple. Bram has blue. Nick and Joe have gray. The correct answer is purple. Alright. That means Bram, Joe, Nick, you guys are out of this challenge. Just gonna take a seat. We are down to...
I feel like we made a good amount.
We are down to 6. Show me the fourth color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Stefan has green. Everybody else has gray. Stefan, the correct answer is gray, so you are out of this challenge. Alright, show me the sixth color.
What was that? Just 4?
What's that?
Was that just 4 that you asked?
That was 4.
Okay.
Show me the sixth color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Everybody shows red. Everybody is correct. You can put it down. That was correct, right?
Yes.
Alright, show me the seventh color. 3, 2, 1, reveal. Alright, Brandon has green, Molly and Roz have blue, Sarah has orange, Hannah has red. The correct answer is orange, which means Sarah wins immunity. Hey! Alright, everybody can gather back up.
And then they was like, show me the first color. I was like, oh wait, does it mean, oh shit, I didn't remember it.
Alright, Sarah, come get immunity.
It's got some leftover in it.
Safe at the next tribal council, you have a 1 in 9 shot at winning this game. Oh, there you go. You have a 1 in 9 shot at winning this game. As for the rest of you, one of you will be voted off at the next tribal council and will be the 9th person voted out of Survivor, Boston, Beacon Hill. You guys can grab your stuff, head on out.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, go. It's like right after this. It looks like you're eating weak lemon.
I always thought like that I had a pretty good shot at getting to merge. I don't know, like I mean I wasn't being cocky about it, but I just always thought like, oh well, at the very least I want to make it to merge. But I always imagined I would get to merge with at least like 1 or 2 other people from Mete. And now that I'm here, it's kind of crazy just being the last person from my original tribe. I mean, I've definitely thought about it already, and it's very clear why I'm the last person. It's very clear that we just were not that great of a tribe.
Wait, did he bring the cone?
Oh!
Moses! Moses, let's go back to where we were going.
This direction? This direction?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, you're doing good.
I think, as much as I love like some of the people that were on that tribe, it fell apart like way too quickly. As soon as the first chance came, everyone started trying to backstab each other, and it got pretty bad. I remember there was a certain point when I was in Mete when I was thinking that the best course of action for me to stay in the game is to kind of lay lower and just throw ideas out there and hope that that Mete picks them up. And a lot of my ideas ended up like kind of carrying through, and so I honestly, like by the end of it, I think I sort of had control over Mete. But now with Moses being gone, it is very weird being the last person in the tribe. But now I'm like actually at a place where I'm determined like to kind of make it to like a final 5 or final 3 situation.
We're all at dinner in the DH, and we were like, all right, So who are the people that are not here? Molly and John. And when you're at dinner with people who aren't there, you talk about them. That's the way the game is. Do we keep them? Do we not keep them?
Is this all of us? Who is not here?
John's not
Molly
here.
and John.
John and Molly. Okay. Do we not like John? Do we not like Molly? I'm just trying to get.
Oh,
No, I know.
no, I understand. Yeah.
I know. It's just sitting.
One reason Molly will go home is because she makes messes and does not know how to clean them up. And that's causing a lot of problems because she's powerful, but she exposed her power too soon. Like, it's still too soon.
There's just sometimes where the logic behind her stuff didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like there was probably something going on between her and Tony, but she wasn't straight up telling
Well,
us.
yeah, there was, because Tony told her
About
Hannah's
yeah.
and, like,
Yeah, yeah, and so, yeah, she mentioned that, and then she also was like, one time was like, hey, you guys shouldn't vote out Tony this week, and we're like, why? And she's like, I hate him, but he needs to stay in the game. And it was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
So wait,
that's why she wanted to vote
what I just
Hannah out.
learned from you speaking and you speaking is that Molly's had her hands in the game the entire time.
Kind of, yeah.
Okay. So we learned something about Molly.
Everyone will tell you a different story, and there are some people who love her, but there are some people who know she needs to go.
And I was agreeing with people who brought up Molly, because I was like, we know what she can do. We know that she is a strong competitor. She kind of has her hands in a lot of rings, so we're just like, okay, she needs to go.
So I was at the DH with, everyone was there except you and John.
Okay,
And
you have.
okay. It's been a day. Yeah, so everyone.
That always worries me when I miss things.
Yeah, and like everyone was there except for you and John, and so because you both weren't there, your names both came up.
Yeah.
And so, and I was like, yeah. What's not? I mean, I was like, I don't know, we'll see. But so.
What, like, were people giving reasons? If so, what?
I'm trying to remember. I mean, I think one of the things they said was you use one idol, so you probably don't have another.
Don't. I would like
that would be amazing.
I'd like to have a stash of them.
I knew that because Molly wasn't at the DH with us, that she would ask me what happened and is she on the chopping block. And so I wanted to gain her trust. So I said, you know what? Yeah, your name was mentioned because your name and John's name were both mentioned because you guys weren't there. But I said, I'm going to rally around and I'm going to get Yord and someone else to vote for Nick.
But I'm gonna try to get them. I'm meeting with them with old Yord.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get them to try to go for Nick.
Okay.
Because.
And I can promise you Nick doesn't have an idol because I don't think he knows how they work.
Yeah.
I texted Sarah, was like, hey, what did I miss? What happened? And she came over and told me that, like, our names got thrown out. She's gonna talk to Yord and try to get them to go for Nick instead. It's funny that she's almost the reason I went home a couple weeks ago, and then now I am relying on her to keep me safe. So trust is funny.
So yeah, that's what I am planning to do.
Okay.
I'm gonna set up like a meeting with them today or tomorrow, and we'll discuss, and I'll like tell you what. And I told Molly, because Molly asked, and I was like, okay, she's gonna ask eventually, so I have to tell her something. So I was like, yeah, your name was brought up, but also John's. But I think I'm gonna try to convince people to. I told her I was gonna convince people to vote for Nick.
So I'm glad Sarah reached out to us so I could see what she's gonna say. That doesn't mean we're gonna like, hey Sarah, you're in alliance right now. That means like we kind of gauge where she's at and see what her side of this game is gonna be and like what she has to add in, because we don't know what she's been up to.
Of the two, I would say Nick, because I feel like at least like Nick, I don't feel like he has ties to anyone, so he's just like a mercenary. Like I just feel like he would just like do like whoever, and plus he can't even make the challenge next week, so I'm like, well.
Oh yeah.
My bond with Yord, like OG Yord, which is Stefan, or pure Yord in my head, that's what I like to say. Because OG Yord includes Sarah, but pure Yord is me, Brandon, Stefan, and like they will make alliances with other people, and like because our bond is stronger than their alliances with other people, it'll like pull me, so it's nice.
But I do feel like Molly would be a risky move because I feel like if Molly's out, then Bram and Nick would try to maybe team up with Joe and Hannah and like defeat Yord. So I'm like,
Sarah, whenever I've seen her around, it's always been like, hey, da 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 da, and I've tried to, you know, remain in a friendly relationship with her, and I think we made it a point to tell her that she is always welcome on Yord. It's just kind of interesting because, you know, she's been on both teams, and so she's also in a very interesting position to choose whoever she wants to go to, and they believe her but also have reasonable doubt.
I would love to put it on one of the Yord people. I just am scared too because I wasn't there at the DH where I feel like they were making most of their decisions. I might try. I'm still very up in the air on what's gonna happen because majority right now is 6. And we're at 5 and 5, Yord and Laku. I don't know. Okay. Cool.
Okay, so here we are.
I haven't heard anything, and I'm really nervous.
Yeah, so what I've been hearing is that the conversation is between John or Nick.
Okay.
Because
My sons.
so like I don't know for sure,
Mhm.
but that's where it seems like whenever I've heard anything about it, that's when like it's been like John because he's the last person
Yeah.
from Mete?
Yeah, Mete.
That's his name. He's the last person from Mete, and that he's not really affiliated with anyone, so like
Yeah.
it could
it's easy
be
to just-
it could be dangerous like taking him forward, and he
Mhm.
seems like somebody forget who, but I think when we were talking, it might have been in the DH. I think somebody had said that like he's a person that just will like slide by.
So I think I'm gonna keep helping out Yord because I feel very much the same way. I feel like I'm able to contribute, like as I did in Mente. I think I'm able to contribute a lot, and I think I'm also still able to kind of like pitch ideas. I think there is a plan made, and I hope that it goes to that. But if I get voted out, that would be a nice play. It would, and I would not be expecting it. Yeah.
So, Roz and I were talking kind of about Molly, Sarah, pecking orders, and just like solidifying, you know, whatever team thing we had, because now there's just a whole lot of more bullshit involved because we were confused by why Nick and Sarah were both defending Molly at the table.
Got you. Okay.
She was confused about that, and then because she was I mean, I was confused too, but then because she was really confused, I got really confused. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, why? Like, why
was Molly just defending her in the, like, you know, regular old setting, like without Survivor? Was she defending her in that sense? Because I
She
kind
was
of
like-
hear her all the time because she would like turn, like right there, and then she'd be like whispering, like, I can't hear you.
So Sarah was saying that like she's like cool with her outside the game, but inside the game she's nervous with her. But then when we were asking her like, when we were saying, are we gonna go with Molly? Like, what do you think, Sarah? She wasn't giving a straight answer.
So basically, you know, I said in the beginning that I would probably try to have like an alliance with her at some point, like if I got to work with her. But now it seems like her and Molly are working up something. So I'm just kind of like, we need to get rid of that as soon as we can because it's already been sketchy with Molly ever since the whole entire Tony thing happened. I mean, and she hasn't been giving us like full out details of everything. She kind of seems like she's doing her own thing. And she's like, oh, just let me know what you're gonna do and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it seems like you're in control, but you're wanting us to tell you what's happening. So that really worries me. But that sounds kind of typical of Sarah, that she would want to play a game that's not like very out front. Because I think she wants to play more of a secretive, conservative game. And that's what could possibly get her flying through merge if we don't get rid of her soon.
I wish Sarah didn't win anymore.
I know. I know. We literally said that. We were like, damn, if it would have been, one of us, it would have been.
Because it would have been really funny to just get rid of all of Molly's power, and then you're like, and now you.
Well, see, I had brought up the idea of like, should we vote for someone else just for safety? But then I was just like, no, Molly. So I was like, okay.
Cut off the head of the snake.
Yeah, so I was like, okay.
Our first tribal council with yours, she's like, guys, I hate Tony. Yeah, I think he's an idiot, blah, 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 but I think he'll be useful, so we need to keep him around. But I want the man gone.
But
she literally
don't
said,
vote
I
him
want,
out.
She was literally like, I want him gone.
Well, but
and then we told her, she's like, you guys need it for the numbers. So I was like, we already have the numbers, we don't need them. It's like, no, you guys need him for the numbers. And we're like, no, we already have the numbers.
Like,
we have the
it's gonna
plan.
be super risky if you get him out.
And we're
which
like,
it was
it's
not,
not.
because everyone
We
was
kept-
on board for Tony, so it wasn't risky in any way.
And then we kept telling her that. She's like, no,
Wait,
try to not get him off.
so when you voted him off, she was against that?
Yeah, she was.
She was
And then
heavily
they
pushing
see-
for us to.
Molly should probably go home because Molly is kind of like decides, like the Hannah and Molly, what happened was to Hannah and Molly. So Raz told everyone that that was Molly's fault, that she was like playing, that she was being a snake and stuff. And I didn't like the idea much, but then I realized I couldn't do anything because I was the only one who didn't support that. So I mean, even if I like refused to do so, it wouldn't change the game.
I'm just thinking
If it makes you feel bad, just think that she was doing something. Like,
I'm just thinking what if Molly would have been voted off instead of Hannah? I think it would have been worse for us. No?
Maybe for the time being.
For the time being,
but now
but
that
right
now that
we
merge
gotta
has
go with
happened, we kind of have to.
We gotta go with
past that. Because Hannah's not here, so she's not.
Yeah, I'm just
but-
yeah, we gotta go
But
with
do you see what Raz doing with you guys? She's like really good at talking. She's really good at persuading.
Oh yeah, we're aware.
So you're aware.
No,
right?
yeah,
It's
we're
like,
aware.
Okay,
We're
just
aware.
in case.
No, don't worry
Okay,
about
so
that.
I'm just saying like she also could be the next one too. Possibly. Because
Right
you see
now, we
Stefan,
just gotta save our
Stefan
lives.
was like also he didn't like the idea really like he didn't like the idea. He was like agreeing with me. Stefan.
Yeah.
Because they're like it's like what?
When the merge happened, we had like 10 people, and 5 of them were like who. So if we would have gotten one more member to be on our team, we would have like 6 people, and we could have gotten like every other member on the team out, like Raz, Stefan, Brandon, and John. They probably believed Raz a lot. I was telling Joe not to believe her, not to trust her, because I know that it's a game, so I'm not saying only like from like personal perspective. Like it's personal perspective, but like okay, there's a game and there's being like friends with Raz, right? So on the game, she's being like all this flirty. She's trying to tell people what to do and give the reasons. And actually, sometimes I start to believe her, but then I catch this moment when I be like, oh no, don't believe her because she's playing us.
Molly and Nick are the only people who I'm like,
Yeah.
that's legit. I'm just being honest. That's legitimately it.
I think it's basically like we definitely know Molly's like a threat. So it's like, okay, are her supporters going to be a threat?
Right. That's
So-
why. I mean, I don't know Nick that well.
Yeah.
But I just say that because I know they're in cahoots with each other. So
Yeah.
I don't know what he's up to and whether he's being truthful with us.
I came up with this term called pure Yord. And that's like the 3 of us because we never had.
Brandon, you and I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because like there's no other team. So Sarah's someone who was like also on the coup, so. For a second, she came to us like really worried about Molly, and we were so like, oh, we got the gang back together, like so into it. And then all of a sudden that shifted when she was the one who was like protecting Molly.
Yeah.
Or like didn't know how to say that she didn't want to get rid of Molly. I'm learning a lot of different things because everyone has a very different relationship to each person, no matter others' alliances, if that makes sense. Sarah telling Molly that old Yord and Sarah are voting for Nick, and then you have Joe and Hannah telling Molly that they're gonna vote for John. But at the end of the day, we're all gonna vote for Molly. And if that doesn't happen, then I'm the sick bastard. And
Roz,
Yes.
last tribal council seemed to be a pretty much unanimous decision.
Yeah.
What does that say about the merged tribe right now?
I think it means that we're all like at a pretty good spot. We're chilling. We're getting through the games, playing. Being really communicative and honest.
Stefan, would you say that that rings true, that pretty much most of these decisions are kind of unanimous?
Not necessarily. I don't think so. Yeah, last decision was pretty easy. But yeah, we're getting down to the point where there's no obvious choices anymore.
So, Molly, would you say that tribe lines right now from the past are still coming into play and going into the merge?
Yeah, I think we're still kind of like in that mentality where like, cause just we've been playing with the same people for so long, but I think there's some movement across the aisle.
Nick, would you say that it's more consistent with the old tribes, like Old Liku, Old Yord, Old Mete, or would you say that the new tribes after the swap?
We still like have this alliance, but I wouldn't call this alliance. I would call it just like we're still like being friends. I don't know if that doesn't make sense, does it?
So you're saying that...
I see this in your eyes, it doesn't make sense. So just let me explain.
Forget it,
No.
What did they say?
Listen, granola bar.
Because Nick, it's... Nick.
Okay.
Let's forget the analogies for a second. It's one thing. It's one thing to be friends with people. It's another thing to be in an alliance with people, to try to work with them.
Oh, personally, I don't have any alliance, so.
All right, Brandon.
Yeah.
So, we talked a little bit about the unanimous decision last time, and Nick's saying he doesn't have an alliance.
Yeah.
Do you think this game is becoming just more individual, or are people really trying to work with each other?
No.
I think this is very much still a group game and figuring out what does everyone want, and figuring it, and that's how you have to go.
John, Brandon's talking about, what does the group want? What do people want? The last decision was unanimous. Yeah. So with sort of those decisions being made by the group as a whole, it seems very easy and very convenient until it's you that's targeted next.
That is true. I think it's I think the fact that the last vote was unanimous, I honestly think won't really represent as much of the game going forward. And I do think it is very easy to feel targeted now. And get sort of paranoid going forward further, because it's very easy to expect one thing and the other thing just totally happens, From being in this game so far, I think probably one of the things that I've learned is that one of the strongest forces in this game are those original tribe alliances. And as being the last person from my original tribe, I don't think that means we should not be trying to reach across lines.
Hannah, John talks about, original tribe lines being the strongest bond you can have. That's gotta seem nice for you, because you have 5 original Liku members in the game right now. So that's half of the tribe right there.
On paper that sounds really good, and it looks really good, a decent spot to be in at this point. Now that we're at merge, the way I've just been approaching things is my specific trust in individuals.
So Sarah, are there any alliances that are clear right now? Because everybody's kind of going really vague, we gotta just see who we trust, but nobody's really kind of talked about what the lines are.
Yeah, me and my son. Me and my child. Yeah, I mean, there's no clear, because you never know with anything. So it's there's no clear 100% this person's doing this, and 100% this person's doing this.
Bram, everybody's saying you never really know. You never really know what could happen here. You guys were talking a lot about uncertainty last time, and everybody seemed uncertain, yet it was a unanimous decision.
Right.
Do you think that it really is uncertain? Do you think people are just, saying that?
I don't think it's uncertain. I think we've talked a considerable amount. And I mean, I don't think that you can, I don't think, this game is a lot about trust, but it's also a lot about lies and deceit as well. So you work with what you have, and sure, we're a group, sure, we're all trying to win the game, but at the end of the day, we're all individuals, and one person wins.
That was a terrifying answer.
Why is that scary for you, Molly?
I don't know. I think we all, for the most part, get along. He's right, it is a game, but just hearing the words lies and deceit in one winner, always just
All right, let's get to the vote. Joe, you're up. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you want to play it, now would be the time to do so. Alright, once the votes are read, the decision is final. The person voted off will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Joe. Molly. 1 vote Joe, 1 vote Molly. Molly. It's 2 votes Molly.
Wrong.
Molly. Molly, that's 4 votes Molly, still 1 vote for Joe. Molly. Ninth person voted out of Survivor Boston Beacon Hill. Molly. Did you bring your thought?
Y'all are snakes. That's fine. See you next week.
Molly? Tribe spoken.
No, fine.
Bye.
Another vote, another unanimous decision. This time it turns out to look like a blindside. Go ahead and grab your stuff, head on out.
There we go.
Fuck them. I had a lot of fun. I made it farther than I thought. Had a good time. I gotta go apologize to Tony now because I've been lying to him for 3 months. But it was really great to meet all these people, and you'll see me back at the jury, so don't miss me too much.